what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the DC Universe animated movie, The Death of Superman. And this is the particular version that I have of it, which is like a limited edition gift set, because it also comes with the Superman figure in the inside, as you can see. I'll take that out and show it too as well, you know. But this here is the actual Blu-ray of it too that I have. Because they also have like other versions of this too, where it came with the actual like graphic novel that the film is actually based on, like the Death of Superman graphic novel. They actually have ones where it came with that too. I think that was at Best Buy, if I'm not mistaken, you know. But this version I have here just came for like the little Superman figure where he's like damaged, you know, from his fight before Doomsday. Now this is like also my comic book that I have too, you know. I've always had this comic book, you know. I don't have the actual like cover where it has like the bleeding Superman symbol, but this is like the particular issue that I did have where he actually died in, which is Superman issue 75. And I had this since back when it was first released. I remember picking this up like in the store, you know. Now this is also like that storyline was kind of adapted into like this movie right here, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, you know. Like the idea of Doomsday and Superman dying, like spoiler alert, you know, it was actually adapted in this film too as well, you know. Which I still thought was like a pretty good film, you know. It's kind of like, it has flaws in it, but I thought it was still pretty decent. I don't think it's as bad as like everybody's saying that it was, you know. Everything like the fight sequence between like Batman and Superman, I still feel like could have been longer. But anyway, on to the movie itself. Now the DC Universe, they did have like previous like films where they touched on the idea of like the storyline of the death of Superman, like Doomsday. Like they had Superman Doomsday, which was like the first like DC Universe animated movie, if I'm not mistaken. And I still have never actually seen that one, you know, but I did decide to give this one a shot, you know. And it was pretty good, you know. I felt like it could have been better, but this is like the first of like a two-part series, because the next one is going to be called, I think, The Reign of Superman, and it actually continues the storyline of what happened with, what started with Doomsday, like the death of Superman, you know. It actually continues that storyline. So I think that's why I kind of felt like kind of flat, like in certain areas, you know. Like you could feel like certain stuff was like missing, like they didn't conclude certain like plot points and so on, you know. But anyway, of course, you know the stories about Superman having to fight this like deadly like super being that just comes from out of nowhere, you know, like out of space, you know, and he comes on Earth and he starts causing like destructions and so on. And I now to actually read like the entire like Death of Superman, like in the comic books, just basically like the issue where he actually had died. So I didn't really get to see how Doomsday, like when he first showed up and stuff like that. I missed all that, so I don't really know how close this actual film is to that particular storyline. But I'm hearing that it is more faithful to the actual storyline than the previous Superman Doomsday DC Universe animated movie. Well, of course, he shows up, you know, he's caused like destruction, and you have like various like heroes of like the Justice League, like I think Aquaman, Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, all of them are actually trying to take him on, you know. Other ones too, I think like Hawkman, I think too as well. Yeah, even like Hawkman tries to help the other members of the Justice League take out Doomsday. It proves to be no match for like Doomsday. So eventually Superman does show up, you know, and he actually has to confront him too as well. And of course we all know the outcome of that particular battle, you know. Now overall, I thought this film, like I say, it was like pretty entertaining. Like I said, as usual, like the animation is like superb in the film, you know, like the animation, like the look of the characters and so on. It's just like superb, you know, some of the best animation you can find, like in the like films, you know, animated films, you know. As usual, DC they always do make these kind of like animated films where the animation is just like superb, you know. But like the action scenes, the action is excellent, you know. Like once Doomsday actually shows up and like starts causing like destruction, that's when it actually does take off, and like it's like entertaining from then on. It's like a non-stop like roller coaster of just like battles and fights and people getting killed and stuff blowing up and stuff. It's awesome, you know. Once he arrives and that starts happening, that's when the film really is entertaining and really good, you know. Another thing too, the film is like very bloody, you know. This could have been almost R-rated, you know, like the violence in the film, you see like body parts flying, like blood squirting and everything like that. So this could have been almost R-rated, you know, but it's not, you know. But like I say, like other things about the film too, I thought were kind of okay. It's like the idea of like Clark Kent having like a relationship with like Lois Lane. He actually even reveals to her at one point that he is Superman and so on. That's when he has to go and confront Doomsday. Plus him having a relationship with her and like him bringing like his parents into the picture too as well. And so on. Plus him giving her like an origin by like Superman, and then at that point she doesn't know that he was actually Superman, But this is when she's actually like interviewing Superman, Superman reveals to her like the origin of how he came to Earth and so on and all that kind of stuff. Like moments like that I thought were kind of okay, but they were just okay. I feel like they kind of ruined the film to a certain extent, but they were okay. But basically, we're just looking for a good, solid like action film, animated film. I would definitely recommend. Another thing about this film too as well, which I think kind of makes it seem like it was like incomplete, is because they're actually going to be making it into like a two-part series. So it's going to be like one more film after this, which is known as The Reign of the Superman. That's the one that's going to be next. Now this film is directed by Sam Liu and James Tucker, and it features the voices like Jerry O'Connor, Rebecca Romijn, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, I forget, Raina Wilson, Rosario Dawson, Christopher Gorman, Shamar Moore, Jason O'Mara. As you can see, this right here is the actual the little figure that it comes with, like the Superman figure. And he's like damaged and ripped up from his fight like with Doomsday. I like how they have like blood gashes on him too as well. He's like the scars on him and stuff. They're like all over him. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this. It's pretty entertaining. Like the action scenes alone is what actually saves it. Make it entertaining and worth watching. Plus, the idea that it's going to be like another film connected to this. That's another reason why I would definitely recommend watching this. Giving it a try. So yeah, my review for the DC Universe movie, The Death of Superman, I'm giving this a B minus. And like I say, it's worth watching. It's very violent. Like the action scenes, like the battles, the fights. Alone make it really worth watching. So I would definitely recommend it for that crowd. So I'm giving The Death of Superman, I'm giving this a B minus. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.